You're cruising in the unseen. You've taken off. You stowed gear. You're cruising at altitude. Now what? This video dives into the art of sustained assumption, how to remain internally anchored when the 3D world shows turbulence or shows you the opposite of what you desire. Think of this as flying through clouds. You can't see your destination, but your instruments, which is your inner knowing, can keep you on course. So let's remember the words of Neville Goddard. Faith is loyalty to the unseen reality. Living in the end means not needing confirmation. You already know. You know it in your heart of hearts because you are the confirmation. You are the operant power in your reality. And today, we're flying deeper into Neville Goddard's teachings, specifically what it means to cruise in the unseen. So you've taken off, you've stowed your gear, but now the skies in your 3D look cloudy or maybe turbulent or inclement weather. So what do you do when reality hasn't caught up with your assumption? I've had manifestations where I've just felt like I was on a treadmill. It was like a long haul flight. But all I can say is just remain loyal and faithful to your desire and trust the law of assumption. So you're airborne already towards your manifestation. You're in the state of the wish fulfilled, but the 3D world, it's still lagging, still showing turbulence, just clouds. And this is when most people will panic and they'll descend and start doubting that their abilities are up to snuff or that they're able to do it, but not you. You're here with me because you're serious about shifting and becoming the version of you that has all your desires, right? I want you to think of your inner conviction like a plane's autopilot system. Once you've locked in on your destination, your desired state, your subconscious takes over everything. And that's what we're here, is to impress new versions of us on our subconscious. So you don't need to check the map. You just trust your instruments, your inner knowing. Just trust the feeling. Neville said, faith is loyalty to the unseen reality, and that's your flight plan, okay? On the journey, there may be clouds, doubts, delays, weird appearances in the 3D that make you scratch your head, but your mental diet, which are those disciplined, repeated thoughts that you think over and over, that's your stabilizer, okay? You don't fight weather, you fly through it. You stay calm. And when the 3D shows you wackiness, you stay calm. Just stay loyal to the end you've already assumed. This is where silence becomes sacred. You don't need to explain your manifestation to anybody. You're just keeping it to yourself. You don't need to ask for signs. You're already flying. You're on the way. And talking about it too soon is like lowering your landing gear mid-flight. It slows you down. And Neville taught that feeling is the secret, and it's not announcing the secret. So, and just like the C5 galaxy, your landing gear, your assumptions are quietly locked in place. You don't see them, and you don't need to. But when it's time to land your manifestation, they'll deploy effortlessly because you never stop flying in faith, right? So here's my ritual. Staying in the state for me is journaling about my desire, possessing my desire, and enjoying it. And writing it in past tense because it's guaranteed. Whatever I write, it comes in. And having consistent affirmations throughout my day and thinking the new thoughts and anything that I'm manifesting, as well as meditative visuals at night. So here's what I recommend you do. Each morning, reaffirm your destination throughout the day. Ignore appearances at night. Fall asleep in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This is your autopilot, and this is how you cruise in the unseen. So my morning ritual is just to reaffirm my destination. Before the world wakes up, you set your coordinates. Open your journal up. I use an app called Penzu, which is on my phone, which is really helpful. It's encrypted and it's locked. So open your journal and write, I am already living in my desired reality. Use affirmations like flight commands. Everything is leading me to my highest timeline. And visualize your day unfolding from the end, not toward it. So check it out. This is your pre-flight checklist. You're not hoping to fly, you're confirming you're already airborne. And during the daytime, just ignore appearances in your 3D. This is where most people descend. You won't. So when doubts arise, say internally, that's just weather. I fly above it. Use short, punchy affirmations like turbulence stabilizers. I trust my instruments. I trust my inner knowing. My assumption is locked in. I don't need to see it. I am it. Avoid conversations that pull you into how or when, and set reminders on your phone if that's helpful to you, just to think the affirmations or do some visualization along the way when you feel like you need it. And give yourself your desire and imagination. And you're cruising at altitude, and repetition is your autopilot. The destination is programmed, and you don't need to check the map. You just trust the flight plan, right? So at night, and this is the most important for me, was falling asleep in the wish fulfilled. And this is your sacred descent into subconscious programming. Lie down and replay your desired scene in your mind, not as hope, but as memory, because it's already happened. You're the version of you that possesses all your desires. So feel the emotional texture, the relief, the joy, the knowing. Whisper affirmations like lullabies. It's done. I am already there. And I fall asleep in the end. It's so delicious, right? So I just wanted to come on today and encourage you guys. And this is my final transmission in this video. This ritual isn't about effort. It's about alignment. You're not trying to manifest. You're living as the one who has all of your desires. Shift with me today. Your assumptions are the landing gear, quiet, locked, and ready. You're cruising in the unseen, and that's where the magic builds momentum. I love you guys, and if this message resonates, type the word trust in the comments to affirm your flight path. You're flying high towards your dreams, desires, and your goals. Let's go get it, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe for more of my metaphysical strategies that help you fly above appearances and land in your desired reality. Bye for now.